All right, let's get to your market update now. The JSE All Share is marginally up so far today. Its highest since early January, as gains in resource-linked stocks offset decreases in industrials, tech companies and retailers. Kagiso Matlala is Standard Bank's equity sales trader. He joins us now for some analysis on these latest market moves. Kagiso, always great to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for giving us your time. Shall we start with an overview of how the local index and the rand are faring so far today?
Morning, and good to chat to you again. Yeah, our local markets enjoyed a relatively good period. The All Share is up about 6% since mid-March. Optimism about the pending rate cuts or rate cutting cycle across the world has been the main driver. Locally, our run has largely been driven by resources, particularly precious metals. We've seen gold prices at record highs. We've seen that PGM basket kind of bottom out in the last couple of weeks, and all of that, has lended some decent support to that precious metal miners sector. Outside of that, SA Inc., there's still a lot of caution around that. We haven't seen a lot of foreigners buying into that sector, particularly the banks and the retailers. But I think that will remain that way until we get past the elections.
Yeah. Oil prices are up, Kagiso, on the hopes of a Middle East ceasefire. Gold, on the other hand, staying close to record highs. Talk us through those latest commodity moves.
Yeah, you're right. Brent's had a stellar run. It's held on to this $90 level for a bit now. And tensions in the Middle East, as you say, they have eased slightly recently, but I think more a case of getting less attention as that situation plays out for longer. From my side, I'd say the main driver has been a combination of this global growth outlook that we're looking out for. Also, OPEC has also had some output cuts, or rather price hikes from the Saudis, and we can also throw in intensifying Russia-Ukraine conflict into that mix. That kind of bag has been the main drivers. And with regards to gold, we're likely to see it remain elevated in anticipation of rate cuts. U.S. inflation print later today, probably the next catalyst for a move in either direction, yeah.
Maersk is contesting a process held by Transnet to find a partner to develop sub-Saharan Africa's biggest container port. What's going on there?
Yeah, that's correct. ICT Services, they won the actual tender. It's a 25-year tender to buy and run the containers in southeastern port of Durban. And they operate. They're quite a big operation in that area there. Maersk until 8 p.m. ICT, which was among Maersk, which was among the main contenders for the tender, is basically challenging this on the basis of the process of the tender process. Whether this follows through, it's hard to tell, given that the court process is still in place. But most importantly, I think if this was to go through and ICT was to continue to support to buy out those ports, I think it's important for Transnet in that region. SA is in dire need for quite a decent investment in those ports, and any private sector investment would be very helpful.
Goldway Capital Investment, Kagiso, which has made an off-market offer for SA junior coal miner MC Mining, has acceptances now from MCM shareholders. Talk us through the specs of that one.
Yes, the MCM Mining, the shareholders, about 84% of them agreed to the takeover by Goldways. Goldways is not too widely known. It's a Hong Kong-based private company. The offer is unconditional and extended until the 22nd of April, and it values MC Mining at about 43 million Australian dollars. In the bigger scheme of things, not a big trade. I think it's in dollars that in rands would be about 525 million rands. And in the bigger scheme of our mining sector, quite small, and in our coal sector, a little bit small. But I think with that happening, you might see MC Mining being delisted, etc. Just another one that leaves the JSE, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thanks very much indeed for joining us this Tuesday. Kagiso Matlala, Standard Bank equity sales trader, joining us with the latest market moves.